Good evening, YouTube. What's going on, everybody? We are jumping on early because we've got several animals that we're going to look at. So again, 2 clutches for sure to take a look at. And I don't know. I'm chomping at the bit to get at these eggs, so I figured we'd get going a little early here. So we're really, really excited. LKB, you're early. Congratulations. All right, so the way we do it, we're going to start here. So New Holland Brewery. These guys are out of Michigan. This is an 11%er. This is a big beer, barrel aged. I don't know why. I think it's an imperial milk stout that's barrel aged. I think that's why they call it dragon's milk, but it's just a straightforward imperial. I mean, they don't have any flavors or anything added to it, but it's really, really good. So if you ever see it and you like the dark stuff, definitely give it a go. And then over here, you can see Matt's had this one before. This is the Triple Sour Monkey from Victory Brewing out of Pennsylvania, and comes in at a whopping 9.5%, which is pretty big for a sour. A lot of the sours tend to be a little light on the alcohol content, and then just a bottle opener, Alvarium. It's a local brewery in New Britain, Connecticut that makes some pretty cool stuff, and I like to visit there occasionally, but I've been dying to get at this beer. So without further ado, we shall. So two very, very, very polar opposite ends of the beer spectrum, if you will. The only thing in common is that they are more than once their normal.
And they're both in an ectothermic class.
And they're both in an ectothermic class. That is also true. So yeah. So this thing is.
Welcome, Ball Pythons Boulevard. Gary, welcome. Cheers on the clutch.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I had it. So for an imperial stout that's kind of straightforward, when it's aged in bourbon barrels, you get a lot of those cherry notes and like kind of boozy flavors from the barrel, and then it being 11%, you actually get some of that booze in when you drink it.
Look, Jim shrunk.
Yeah, I am now officially shorter.
He's,
well, wait a minute.
He's Matt's height. Hold on. Oh, now he's Matt's
height.
height.
Officially shorter than Matt. I guess with the babies.
Show yours first, and
yeah,
then
I can start with mine, and then we'll
do mine, and then
we'll
transition.
So you can show yours, and then cut, and then I'll come back and cut.
That works. So, the clutch we will be looking at is...
Well, this was one of the ones that we cut on the last one, on the last video. And this was the Super Pastel Yellow Belly Het Clown that we produced in-house to the Super Pastel Lesser Yellow Belly Het Clown. So all these animals will be 66s. We didn't hit any visuals, which is kind of surprising because with Super Pastel on both ends, I think genetically and mathematically it's kind of a wash. So we're really looking at the hets, and I made both animals, so I know they're 100% hets. So we're looking at Yellow Belly, Lesser, and then the Het Clown, and I got no visuals out of it. So I found that a little strange, but
yeah. So James, this shirt here, Jim had designed. He got a tattoo from a tattoo artist over in Hawaii, and that tattoo artist is?
So this is Neil from Sweet Dream Tattoo in Waikiki in Oahu. I've gone out there, obviously got my tattoos. He did a couple runs. I want to go all the way up. So we'll do that. My son's been to him. My wife's been to him. My daughter-in-law, she had like 3 of her girlfriends go out to visit. They all went to him and got tattoos. So my daughter-in-law's father went out to visit, and he went and saw him. So based on the referral program, I asked if he would redo our logo in legitimate old school Polynesian, with traditional symbology, and he absolutely did. Sent it to us.
Yeah,
We had to bold some lines, thicken it up a little bit so that it'd go on a T-shirt. But you got snake bellies. This is an octopus symbol here. You have birds, and then there's snake tongues.
some like shark teeth in there too. Right?
And then like there's like snakes. Then you have like these chevron things, which are blades for strength, and then you have the shark teeth for power. And these up here with the dots in the middle, those are called maka. The maka represents the eyes of your ancestry, them looking over you. So there's a ton of history in here, so it's kind of cool. And we were really looking for a really good one percenter shirt. So the people that either buy a single animal at $1,000 or collectively spend $1,000 with us get one of these shirts sent to them for free. So, and that is currently really the only way you can get this shirt. So, anyway, back to snakes.
Back to the snakes.
So this is one of the first ones here. This is a super pastel yellow belly. And I haven't sexed any of these, so we'll definitely do that.
Look at that.
Really great head. I mean, the blushing on these guys came out pretty good. And still a lot of dark contrast in here as well.
Hey, buddy. And this one is...
That'd be a girl.
There's a girly, and she's making a mess.
Yeah, they kind of do that.
Yeah, that thing looks good.
Yeah.
66 het clown.
Yipper. This one doesn't really have the checkering along the belly, so I believe this one here is going to prove to be a super pastel. Well, it is a super pastel because that's the worst thing that could be hit in the clutch. That looks like a girl as well. So
Nice.
Good color, good contrast. Lots of extra blushing here. This one looks like yellow belly. There's a little more checkering there.
Yeah, maybe like a het influence, maybe.
Yeah, yep. Probably the het clown having its way with it. Just a little amp of color.
Welcome, Lone Wolf.
So a lot of really good blushing. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you got a shot at one of these animals before we did the live. That was really cool looking animal. And that's a nice little male.
It's a boy.
Yep. Again, everything being 66%. Yeah, and again, another yellow belly. So super pastel yellow belly. You can see inside the alien heads too, it's a little more color, a little more, stuff going on. Very classic
Super
for
pastel.
these guys. Yeah.
I like how, like, if you look at the back of the head, right back here, you kind of see
Like that almost like bone white coming through.
and the yellow kind of
Yeah.
just
Connecting
slightly
over.
coming through. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool.
That's your
That's
boy.
another male.
So 2 and 2.
Yep, 2 and 2, and then the last one, and this was the picture that was on Instagram.
Look at that head.
Yeah, his head is just crazy. The whole head is just like bone white, pretty much.
See if I can get down, see a little bit of that eye.
Um,
Of course, it's gonna move.
So this would be a super pastel lesser. And Dad had the yellow belly, which added definitely some more color. So this is the same animal, but with yellow belly as an adult. So yellow belly is a huge factor with adding color with a fair bit of a combo. So if you're short on the yellow belly, man,
It's not a bad gene to have.
yep. Yep, definitely consider it. Get in it. And I didn't hit any ivories either, so I don't know. I got shorted all the way around that clutch, but that's the way my clown game goes. So this one's decent looking. You can see down here that there is no checkering at all, so there's definitely no yellow belly in this. And
It's a boar.
that's a boy.
So 3 and 2.
Yeah, this clutch will all be available once they eat.
Messages. Moderating and doing the video at the same time.
All right, so Matt's gonna pull his snake out and let everybody take a look and see what he's got going on.
I'm not pulling my snake out. I get in trouble.
See what the difference is? Just one letter. One letter makes all the difference in the world.
All right.
So before you do that, what was this clutch again?
All right. So the pairing was a pastel spider lesser inchy malum bald 66 het pied to a pastel leopard inchy yellow belly 100% het pied.
Okay, now slow down and say that again for everybody that doesn't have ADD and can follow along that fast.
All right. Pastel, spider, lesser, inchy, malum, bald, 66 het pied, to a pastel, leopard, inchy, yellow belly, 100% het pied.
All right.
And the whole clutch is girls. No boys whatsoever.
What up, Dave? Welcome.
So, we're gonna, not really a bottom of the pool, but the least amount of genes in the pool that we can tell. This is a leopard inchy. That's all we can tell. That's all we can see.
Leah says throw that shirt in the fireplace.
Gotta support the Broncos.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in this loo for sure.
Not really any checkering along the belly. We were kind of back and forth, so it could be a probable yellow belly, but we're really not 100% sure. Really don't see it.
I see hints of it. So unless, like, bald is doing something that's in here that, I just don't even know what it does with all that. Yes, and these are all girls. So as of right now, we're labeling this one as an inchy leopard. And kind of going to leave it at that for now. The rest, I don't know if he's keeping this one, but the rest of the clutch is all holdbacks. So
this one here will probably be for sale. Because I really from looking at it, we've made inchy leopards before in the past.
It's got a yellow dot on his nose. And that's not spot nose? You sure there's not? It's the wrong spot. All right, let's move on to some crazier things. Yeah, I don't know how you're just gonna have to pick.
Yeah, we'll show these and we'll show those last.
The bald washes the head stamp.
Show your head. There you go. So, best guess: spider, yellow belly, leopard,
bald, and
maybe malum.
Probable malum. Now there could be inchy based on the way that eye stripe goes.
Yeah.
It's just hard to tell. But this is pretty cool looking snake.
Yeah, the spider really kind of destroys everything for visually seeing the patterns.
Melina, you've only seen 2 snakes. It can't be. Well, I guess they all could be your favorite, but there's still more to come.
Just wait.
Yeah, I just like how down the bottom here, how, like, if Matt will open this up and actually show this thing off, like this belly, it's like it's marbleized.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just crazy. That's just so crazy. And what we get? Good to see some spider. A lot of people are sleeping on spider gene. Well, I think because a few idiots really got in front of themselves and went on a tirade on the spider gene, and not that people are sleeping on it, but now they're afraid to work with it. I don't mind it terribly. I like pin a little better, to be honest. But that said, we do have spider here, and we do occasionally breed them. So if the pairing is right, absolutely, James.
And when you stack enough genes onto the spider,
Well, hold on, I gotta read that again. So Lou Ball says, I've noticed the bump in the eye stripe being pretty consistent in Malum and Harlequin, which is, oh, so you're talking about like right above the eye there?
Oh, where it goes above the eyeball instead of through it?
That kind of bump where it kind of goes around the eye.
Okay.
On both sides. I think that's what he's talking about.
And that's actually fairly
Hey, Lise.
consistent on...
Hey, babe. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, because like none of them have it going through the eye.
What about well, see, that one does. That goes through the eye on the, so this one here, the one we just looked at, that is pretty straight. There's no bump there. But and that would be a pretty good call, because that's what we were saying here, that this really didn't have like anything that we could see anyway.
Yeah, because usually doesn't the color usually go through the eyeball too?
Not necessarily, no.
Not at all?
No.
All right, but yeah, so what I was going to say earlier too is, for the most part, we've noticed with spider, the more you stack into it, the less likely we see anything with wobble.
Kind of so far anyway, but
yeah.
It's, I mean, we haven't made a ton of them like that, so it's really kind of not something that I can say is definitive, but I would imagine if you can stack more genes and kind of dilute it down, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to leave that one there, just because we have another spider we can compare to it. And we hit this thing. So we don't see yellow belly in this one. We don't see any checkering down at the bottom of the belly. There's lesser in this one for sure. Head patterns are similar, a little bit more blushed out. This one you get a little bit of a dot in the center. This one there's nothing. But you do kind of get that little bump over the eye too a little bit, so that may also have the malum in it. We were thinking that it could have majority of the genes. We just, with the spider in there, it just makes it really difficult to see anything.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
and to be honest, it looks similar-ish to Mom.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna guess too, as the spider gives more influence as this ages, and you get more of the shadowing up top, it's gonna look a whole lot like Mom.
Well, Mom had a little bit more color in her too.
And again, it could be a super pastel. It could have, it could have. I don't know if there's a double dose of Enchi in that, but I mean, who knows? But you're gonna sit on them, breed them, you'll find out.
Yep, we'll see. We'll see what comes out of those two. And then we got this bundle of glowiness. Look at the color on that thing.
Look at that head.
Glows.
That's like a demon head right there.
Yeah. So we were thinking.
These are These would be it. Well, Mom is 66, unproven, and Dad's 100%. So at minimum, they're 50s. So there definitely could be some pied stuff floating around in these guys.
Like especially this.
But the orange flames, if Matt will move his hand, are just crazy right up in there. I mean, that orange is ridiculous.
Yep.
And it just keeps going.
And this one we think actually has a ringer. You see it right here. Mm-hmm. Goes all the way around.
Yeah, so looking at this one, this animal, I think is a Enchi leopard, Malum, bald, yellow belly. Now, could that be super Enchi? I don't know, maybe. Because that is on both sides. But, yeah, that head stamp is just craziness.
Yeah, just so much stuff going on that...
Actually, you know who that looks like? That looks like Thanos, there it is. That's Thanos' head. Actually, better than that. What's the, oh, dude, I forget the guy's name. He does, like, all the spoofy comedies. And he's a director now.
Gaffigan? No.
No.
Oh.
Dang gummit.
Not Will.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. That's Will Ferrell. Can you see it? You got Will Ferrell on the head. This snake will be called Will. Wilhelmina, because it's a girl.
Right.
All right, so I'm going to back up here. Inchy makes the wide eye stripes.
Yeah.
And the bumpy eye stripe, like above the eye, yeah, and toward the back of the head from Malum and Harlequin. Sweet. Just got a hurricane update. Looks like our facility and houses are in a direct line for Laura. Marcos is going to visit us first as a tropical depression. Well, Jerry, I really hope you guys stay safe, man. Kind of buckle down, get those generators and gas ready. Or if you got a small enough collection, maybe you can just take it with you and you can bugger out and stay safe, you and your family.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, that head strap there was connected, but I agree with you. I don't necessarily think it's a super. The eye stripes aren't quite wide enough, but one could always hope.
And then the final one.
And then there was this one.
Holy cow pattern on this one. Yeah, lesser.
This don't have the bump around the eye. Maybe it's not Malum.
Maybe not, but I love the pattern.
125 females and 6 clutches in the incubator. Yeah, that's not usually something too easy to
move,
transport.
Yeah. Where else was I?
Dave says we have the winner.
We said lesser.
So this is probably, lesser Enchi. We were thinking Malum. I don't know that there's leopard in this. There very well could be. I don't know. The pattern is really freaky.
The first thing I thought of when I saw this snake is, because everybody knows, I say it in almost every video, my favorite gene is the puzzle. I could see stacking puzzle onto this and just really blowing it out, adding color. But yeah, also another female. So those last 4 that you guys saw will be staying here. We're going to grow them up. We're going to prove them out. We're going to see what we can get out of it.
Thanks, Sunday.
But yeah,
there's yellow belly in this clutch, but that's it. Nothing.
It's a poppy.
Like traditional bell.
Leon will like this one.
Yeah, you got to talk to Kevin. When we told them we were going to put this pairing together when we picked this girl up, we've actually had this pairing in mind for like 2.5 years. They said that we could bring the clutch up there and they would help us ID stuff. But we'll see.
Yep. So that's that clutch. Turned out great. Colors are coming in awesome. Can't be any more happy with that clutch.
Nope. Who needs asphalt and puzzle?
It needs asphalt and puzzle?
Yeah. Yeah, the snake is on fire. Yeah. Yeah, for sure, Sunday. I can't imagine what she's gonna make when she gets bigger. I think pretty much anything you put to her will be absolutely crazy.
Bonkers.
Well, we've actually been up there before.
Yeah, the Nerd's place.
Yeah, we went up there a couple times. We did go up in person to pick that girl up when she was purchased.
Yep. So, who wants to see some eggs?
Nah, it's over.
We're done? All right. We'll go downstairs. We'll finish drinking. We'll leave everybody upstairs. All right. So, first one we're going to look at is my belly.
Nobody wants to see that, so get a move on.
All right. First clutch is Hidden Gene Woma.
It's an Enchi, James. We're just going to start calling it Enchi now.
Call it Enchi.
The resurrection gene.
Oh.
It's Enchi.
All right, so we have Hidden Gene Woma Granite Yellow Belly. We have a bunch of pippers, so we kind of have an idea of the male that hit this clutch. So it's to a Mahogany Albino.
Wow. When you rest your hands on your belly, Matt.
Well,
Hey, Leon.
just be surprised.
Leon, I've watched your videos, brother.
It's actually shrank a little bit.
Yeah, it has shrank a little bit.
All right. So as you can see, we got this lovely boy, girl, it.
I know an inchy when I see one.
Poking its little head out over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pippers, 6 pippers, and 2 that haven't. Oh, this one just recently did it because that one wasn't pipped earlier.
Yeah.
So
we're ready
our newest pipper.
Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll on this. So again, this is a Hidden Gene Woma Granite Yellow Belly to a Mahogany Albino.
So I really want to see what this
Just
one
building a shed to cover his tool. You cutting it first?
is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm really anxious to see what this one really looks like. I've kind of gotten a little peek at this one, so I'm really interested.
You know, Leon, I battle with that too. I know I could use some upgrades here, but to be honest, I don't know.
Woo-wee! Look at that.
So
Mahogany Hidden Gene Woma.
maybe yellow belly.
Let's see, can we see the belly? Yep, that's yellow belly.
Yeah. So I don't know. There could be granite in there. Look at that tail section. That thing is just blown out. So Hidden
awesome.
Gene Woma, Mahogany, yellow belly for sure.
Granite.
Possible granite. Yeah, that looks good. And 100% het for albino.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Yeah, leave that.
That is freaking awesome. That contrast. Woo!
That is insane. That looks really good, dude. Nice job.
I like that. So
leopard calico, that'd be cool.
One great thing that you don't when you breed something and there hasn't been much of anything done with it, and not knowing what comes out, and then you see that, freaking awesome.
What's going on, Titan? Welcome.
All right, we'll go with this one that's been shredding this egg. Got another one?
No, I'm gonna. That's
Mahogany yellow belly, maybe?
maybe. Yeah, the bottom is blown out.
It's the dorsal
A
right
lot
there.
of crazy color.
Yeah, look at that bright yellow.
The kind that makes it so you can see inside the snake. Yeah, it's a super normal.
It's a super normal.
What's up, Juan? Welcome.
Cool.
Chainsaw cut, yeah. So this was the first one here. This we believe is a Hidden Gene Woma Mahogany Yellow Belly. It could be granite as well, and it is 100% het for albino. That nose has so much color on it, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then this was the second one. So I think this is probably going to be, I'm going to say just like a Hidden Gene Woma Mahogany. I'll have to see the belly and stuff. It doesn't have quite the same color, which could be granite as well, doing some of that. But those are the first two. Looks pretty good.
Woo-woo.
Dave, I'm not really sure if granite is a complete dominant. So the pairing for this was a Hidden Gene Woma Granite Yellow Belly to a Mahogany Albino. So there's really 4 genes at play, plus the recessive that will sit in the background.
That's Hidden Gene Woma all day long.
Yeah.
Hidden Gene Woma.
Yeah, that doesn't have mahogany in it.
There's no pastel, so Hidden Gene Woma, either Hidden Gene Woma or Hidden Gene Woma Yellow Belly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's bright though for some of the other Hidden Gene Womas we've seen. That's pretty bright. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to. That could be the albino het influence too. That's had some brightness.
Maybe a little. I don't know, but that head looks awfully dark, and it looks like one of the other ones that was cut.
Mm-hmm. Your nose is right there.
And there's nothing harder than trying to cut eggs that have, holy crap. That's the one that's got everything. So that's a Hidden Gene Woma, granite, yellow belly, mahogany.
100%.
So those, yeah, those other ones, that other one, the first one you cut didn't have granite in it because there's a huge difference right there.
Wow.
Look how small those alien heads are. Those are like little dots.
That is just insane.
LKB, hell, I need a hollyberry. Yeah, I agree. Holy goodness.
I'm so glad that this pairing happened.
Yeah, no kidding. Like you just, I mean, are those world first? Have they done Hidden Gene Woma mahogany before? I have to go. We'll have to go out and look. I don't know. I don't know the way I ever looked at that.
I was looking. I don't remember if I saw any. Because I've been looking at Hidden Gene Woma, mahogany, and black pastel stuff. I can't remember what I saw. And what
Thanks, Juan. Thanks, Leon. Yeah, thanks, Joe, for sure.
Put your head back in there.
Hey, Joe, can you say that backwards?
Come on. Oh, back in there. There you go.
When I start to stutter, I say words backwards. So wow. You say wow backwards.
Wow.
It's just wow.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe mahogany. I'm not sure. We don't have a single gene mahogany, so
Nope.
Without just looking at pictures, I wouldn't be able to tell you what a single gene looks like. Joe responded, wow. He spelt it backwards.
All right, our last pipper.
Pippa. Come on, Mr. Pippa. I'm getting your pip cutting skills down. There's some more seriness. That's mahogany.
Yeah, mahogany, yellow belly.
Maybe. I think that other one is a normal.
Yeah, that one there.
Because that's definitely got the wacky. That's the mahogany. Maybe mahogany something else. Which initially thought maybe that was too, but you can see there is a difference. Like those alien heads are definitely smaller. Actually, yeah. Good point, Jerry. Touche. Well, it's the way you spell it. So it was when you spell wow backwards, it's small W O capital W.
Wow.
Yeah, you got to say it with the inflection at the end of the word. Wow.
All right.
That may have been over exaggerated just a little bit. Now spell it upside down. Yes, Mom. James, your new nickname is Mom.
All right, now,
Riddles, huh?
Now for the two that didn't want to come out of their eggs yet.
So the non-Pippa. And mind you, you don't really ever get to see anybody cut eggs this close anywhere else. So, yeah, you can pick on all the...
Yellow belly granite.
Yeah, probably. That's what it looks like to me. Really dark.
Yeah. A lot of snake in it. Anybody over like?
Dude, I still can't get over that one. Wow, that's just crazy.
All right, and for the final one.
The final egg.
For this clutch, anyway.
Yeah. It was a granite yellow belly on the last one. We'll show you. We'll go back through it again. There's some color in there. Try not to cut him.
Another dark.
Yes.
That's Hidden Gene Woma.
No, it's not Hidden Gene Woma.
It's got the long stripy pattern like Hidden Gene Woma here.
Dave, I absolutely do.
That's Hidden Gene Woma mahogany, I think. It's got very similar long stripy type.
I'm gonna disagree with you, at least until that comes out of the egg, but
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. There's yellow belly in it for sure, whatever it is.
They're all dark.
So here's my take on that. Yeah, you can just move that. We'll switch spots. So, David asked the question: if I thought the dark color from a mahogany would affect snakes in the clutch that don't have mahogany. And I absolutely think that it will affect the color, because I mean that's a polygenic thing. So there's snake breeders that breed animals that don't have actual genetic mutations, and you can encourage dark animals or red animals, like bearded dragons. When they started, they didn't have genetic mutations initially, and they got the orange and yellow and red colors by polymorphism. So you select the most red animal and you hold it back and you keep breeding back. But I've noticed, at least more recently, from I guess just paying attention, that along that line of things, that when we pair like our black pastel female to another animal, that the non-black pastel animals still look a little darker. The pastels tend to have more contrast. But we have to remember that black pastel female, that black pastel is one gene that gets given, but the female, they dump off both genes, so they're going to give a gene, one or the other, to every animal. So I think even though it doesn't drop the black pastel necessarily, it's still going to give some genetic material genes to that baby. And
all right, drop my phone.
And then that's going to have some level of influence. So I do think it matters, because you're going to get darker stuff from darker animals than you normally would. And I probably totally botched the way that came out.
And by the way, my wife is on here, Leon. She's getting a kick out of your comments.
Everybody gets a kick out of Leon's comments
and Joe. Joe Eckert, he said there are 3 mahogany hidden gene womas up on Morris Market.
Oh, there are. Okay, good. We'll have something to look at. He'd rather just text people instead of paying attention. He thinks he's Austin. He's not Austin.
I can multitask. I multitask very well.
Not really. You're dropping phones, the camera's twisted. You're lucky we have a wide angle, otherwise I wouldn't even be in the picture.
The camera's not twisted, it's forward.
It was twisted. Whatever. All right.
All right, so what do you got?
Oh, yeah. So not too much crazy here. So we have pastel GHI to an inchy, otherwise known as the resurrection gene.
Which is not the actual name of the resurrection gene.
Which,
just so you make it all clear.
Which is not the name of the gene. So for you guys that don't follow me, or new to following me, I should say, I did a Justin. Basically, I went back and I did some research and I found a gene I wanted to work with. Royal pain in the butt to find an old gene, track down people that still working with it that have it. Because if it's old and kind of forgotten about, there's very few of them. But I did manage to find a few animals, and we've been working with it. This year I had like 7 or 8 pairings that would have had this gene in there, and I think we got what, 3? This will be 4.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
this will be our 4th pairing. 4. We did have one last year as well. So I'm trying to get a little bit ahead of things, and 2, I really want to get it mixed in with a bunch of stuff to see what it really does with different genes, and then I'll divulge what it is. But here we go. So pastel hidden gene woma. Pastel GHI to the resurrection gene.
Lou is asking, is it the Jag?
No, it is not. I have seen that, and that looks awesome. There's a GHI.
Yep. GHI.
Gotta have it, baby. Looks a little different than to what I'm used to seeing.
Yeah, we'll have to see what else we get out of these.
Because I don't know that I've done just regular GHI. All mine have always had like pastel or something in it.
Pastel.
Pastel. Yeah. Oh, here's a resurrection too. So yeah, this clutch, I'm not expecting. I would like to see, you know, like GHI blow the lid off of it, or it blow the lid off of GHI, however you want to say it. But I don't know.
Leon's at it again.
Yeah,
He says, oh, told my wife I gotta have it, and she told me, hell no. Normal?
That's a different
Ish.
looking animal. I think that's the resurrection right there.
Yeah, it does look a lot different than a normal.
Yeah, that is definitely not a normal. That's a resurrection. So that's a resurrection. That's your look.
That's your single gene.
Single Jane. So that's kind of good. That kind of solidifies it for me for that male. And these snakes are big in here. They don't want to. They don't want to sit down. There it is.
That's a different GHI,
Is it?
I think.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I guess it would close.
Not enough to say.
No, it is not blade.
Not enough to say. Man, these snakes are fat in here. They're like.
They're about ready to pop.
Well, they're not like pop, but like I can't.
Yeah, you can't get a good cut.
Usually there's a fair bit to.
Dave is saying the second GHI looked extra.
Yeah, that's what I thought initially. That looks a little extra.
Oh, yeah.
You got lines inside of lines in that.
Yep, there's definitely something different in there.
Yeah. That's probably it right there. Yeah, that's cool. It's really dark too.
Yeah, looks good.
That's it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Now when you come back up. When you come back up and you look at all these, it's very different.
Yeah, that one looks way different. Like it. I like it. What happened to your egg cutting skills, Jim?
I'm telling you, dude, they're tight in here. Well, there's a
Pastel GHI, yep.
Wow, we're getting a lot of GHI stuff. That's good.
Yeah. You said you gotta have it. You're getting it.
Runaway eggs. See, you say it like that. Like, this one's top.
That is pastel. Maybe pastel extra. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It's awfully bright for just a pastel.
Yeah, because that's your pastel there. So yeah, that may be pastel with a little extra.
Yeah, I don't know.
Whoa.
Oh, that's dark. Wow, that looks good.
Yeah, it does.
That's all out. That's all over the place.
Yeah, it's really dark. Holy dark amnesia.
That makes you shake your head.
Yeah, it does.
There's like three
got
different kinds of.
You got that GHI, you got that GHI, you got that pastel GHI, and then you got
That wonky
that
GHI. And we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 GHIs so far. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
One normal, well,
Ish.
single gene, pastel, Oh, this time I'm not hitting any normals.
And you got one egg
I got
left.
one egg left, so I had to open my mouth. Here we go.
And it is a pastel.
Yeah, it's a pastel.
Ish.
Yeah, pastel.
Yeah, that other one's definitely pastel something else.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's really bright.
This is line the GHIs up.
So this is, I think that's a normal. That's a normal, and then these are the pastels. Well, normal. Yeah, we'll have to see them when they come out. But yeah, this dude, that GHI, is just wonky.
Yeah.
The head's right there, and it's not blushed at all. No, that one's not either. That one's not either. Where's the? But this one will be the
pastel.
one with pastel. That's. So I don't know if it's both or maybe I hit two. Okay, Jerry. Yes, it is Jopa. Jopa is the resurrection gene.
You know what?
Jerry gets a free T-shirt because you guessed it right off the bat. So yeah, so the gene that I've been putting into everything this year is Jopa. And that's a really good eye to see that inside an egg, to be honest. It's taken me like 5 or 6 clutches to be able to kind of see what I was looking at with this thing. And I still have a clutch of them that I've sat on that is really hard to determine. It's not very reactive with Enchi at all. So I put the Jopa to an Enchi Albino to get it into the albino stuff, and it's really tough to see the difference.
Lou Balls is the Jopa? Holy crap! How did you get a hold of that?
Yeah, it was not easy. I will tell you, it's hard. It was a lot of work, a lot of research, very hard to find. And for anybody that doesn't know, the Jopa was a gene that Ben Rennick kind of found and had started to work with pretty intensively. And then, well, we all know what happened with Ben. So, God rest his soul.
Yep, and his wife got what was coming to her.
Whatever. But yeah, just craziness with all that stuff. But I was able to, well after the fact of all that, to track down some Jopas, and I've been working them into, different projects.
And Leon would like you to explain Jopa for those who don't know what it does.
So Jopa is a gene that it doesn't have a lot, at least pattern mutation properties, at least that I've seen. It's very slight. However, it does enhance yellows and oranges pretty good. So, I mean, I have a lot of plans for it. I want to, now that the cat, so to speak, is out of the bag, I want to pull out 2 animals for us to take a look at, and what I think I'm seeing in the differences and what they are. And then definitely Jopa animal that I hit early this year that is just crazy.
Hey Gary, don't be sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah,
it was coming anyway. So.
Yep, you just had a really good eye for it, and we were very impressed with you being able to spot it out that easy.
All right, so this is that Jopa Enchi albino pairing. So both of these animals are 100% het, but they are very different. This one I believe is a regular Enchi, and I believe this one has Jopa in it. It's a brighter animal. There's more blushing. You get a lot of this color fade coming up that you don't really get on the regular Enchi. It's there, but it's lighter. You get these subtle white lines inside the alien heads, and over here it's way more intense. Yep. So again, it's subtle with Enchi. I was kind of disappointed. I wanted to see more out of this gene, in combo with Enchi. But I mean, these animals are about 200 grams, 250 grams, and it really has taken me a long time to get to the point of being able to kind of decide what's what. And I don't know if Jerry wants to jump in with some of that.
Dave was like, if I'd only looked at the pairing board.
Yeah.
James said, finally, after all that arm twisting I've been doing.
So, also
in
shed, we have this girl. This is a leopard jopa. So this is a common trait on some combinations, is to have this like little pinch, this head pinch on the back of the head, that little head strap. But again, consistently here, a dark animal that's bringing up a lot of this white flaming and tracing coming up inside the alien heads. And then this girl, she has some stuck shed, but this is an Enchi leopard. Again, we get a lot of the similar tracing. The head pinch is a little different because of the Enchi. Again, it screws with things, and it's a lighter color. One more to show you a difference. It's a good comparison with that. So these are all clutch mates. This is a Enchi leopard. So when you look at these two, yeah, there's some similarities, but this is definitely holding more contrast. It's a brighter, cleaner animal in my opinion. I like the color palette a little bit better.
Yeah.
Bellies are definitely slightly different. But
James was saying he's glad he didn't miss this live.
Yeah, I've been screaming for this for a long time. So, again, here's our head pinch just a little bit with pastel. This is a pastel jopa.
This, up there, here, cinnamons.
Yeah, we can pull those.
Yeah, that's what it does. It does add a lot of that white highlighting.
So one of the things that I first saw when I saw this gene was the Jopa Black Pastel that Ben Rennick had made. Crazy. At the time, we really didn't have a lot of black pastel, only a couple animals. So with cinnamon and black pastel being allelic, I figured, well, let's throw a Jopa out of cinnamon and see if we can kind of get the same reaction out of the gene. And it's similar, but not quite as drastic as the black pastel. But this is a cinnamon Jopa. So, well, for comparison's sake,
of course.
That's the only cinnamon I have, huh? Plain cinnamon.
Yeah, we don't have any other bunch of the cinnamon stuff. Yeah, you'll be able to get.
She's deep in it, though.
You might be able to at least get the idea of the contrast at the top.
So you can see the differences here. So this is a regular cinnamon. She was sold to me as Het for Tri-Stripe. She's unproven. But you can see on this dorsal how dark it is. And then when you look over here, yeah, and you get the dotted lines. And then when you look over here, the lines are gone. There's loads of blushing, and you get all this black circling around all these alien heads. So the Jopa really does some pretty cool stuff, depending on what you're putting it to. Unfortunately, Ben didn't have a lot of time to work with it. It is very reactive with spot nose. So the spot nose Jopas are freaking amazing. And I just haven't gotten that far. And I didn't want to do something that somebody else had done. I really wanted to, kind of go a different road with it and really see if we can get some reactiveness out of it. So by looking back at this clutch that we just cut, I believe these two GHIs will more than likely be Jopa GHIs. Definitely this one. This looks like a Jopa, possible Jopa pastel, a Jopa, and then this I think is just going to be a really, really nice pastel, and this will be a pastel as well. So we did pretty good here. A lot of GHI stuff, but again, once all these guys come out, we'll get a better look at them and see what's going on. But this one is really wonky.
Yeah.
That's a lot more reactive than I would have expected to see out of it, at least so far.
Yeah, we really only know of a couple people working with Jopa, right? Other than us.
Yeah, and Justin has had one Jopa animal and made a hets with clown, and that Jopa het clown, I think it was Pos het something else, was like $3,000. So I don't know. I don't know what their value is. I like what they do. I think it definitely needs to be worked out some more to really get a good feel for the gene and really unlock it and find out where it belongs. I would love to see this animal here in an albino, to see what with albino all this different tracing and alien heads is going to do, and that was the end goal. So we have the Inchy Jopa het albino, and probably going to see if we can sneak that back when he's big enough to a black pastel albino girl, and see if we can't get some of that reactiveness with the Jopa stuff, to kind of make this albino, and then we'll start working other directions too. This year it's already going into tri-stripe. I'm going to be putting it into clown. I missed on my clown clutch; she didn't go. Otherwise, I would have Inchy Jopa's het clown already. But yeah, there's a whole new agenda all next season. So
Yeah, Dave, that could look pretty good. OD YB Jopa.
yeah, it's coming.
I'm trying for Gary or Jerry. I'm still not sure how we pronounce your name.
I think that's a Gary.
I think it's Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
He's doing Jopa Lavender albino.
Nice. Yeah, nice. That'll be solid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, in here, this is a girl. I have the exact same thing in a boy. Girl. This is a female, and then these are boys.
All right,
So-
thank you, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry. Perfect.
Third Coast Ball Pythons is what he's part of.
He's
He's the owner of Third Coast Ball Pythons.
Yeah, we definitely got to share information, man. I love the gene. I love the what it's doing. I mean, pastel. I mean, this thing is just, there's definitely some pattern stuff going on there. Super blushing. Great looking animal. For a 2-gene animal.
Right.
And it's definitely not an orange dream, but or a comboed orange dream, but it definitely looks really good. Jerry. Pull it out of us. And that's okay. It was coming sooner or later anyway. So, little recap.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, Hidden Gene Woma, Mahogany something other, probably Yellow Belly.
Hidden Gene MoMA.
Yeah, I see the Hidden Gene Woma in that.
Yep.
I don't know if that's maybe pastel.
There's no pastel in the mix.
No pastel in the mix. Look at that head.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yep.
And another Mahogany Hidden Gene Woma combo. Looks very similar to the first one, but I don't know if there's yellow belly. There is stuff coming up off the bottom there, but we'll see when that comes up out. We called this a normal, which it very well may be. It's got that blush head. There's something else there.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. And this was the craziness in the whole clutch here. So this is definitely, thanks Lou Balls, this is definitely a Hidden Gene Woma Granite, Yellow Belly, Mahogany, 100% het for albino. Like that is just crazy. That is nutso. And then the nose, look how gold that is.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
These guys should be out of the egg tomorrow.
Yeah, they look like they're close. That's probably a yellow belly.
Yeah.
There could be something else in there, but not sure. This looks back to the hidden gene one with mahogany stuff.
Yeah, we'll let you know, James.
Thanks, Lou Balls. Appreciate it, man, really. And then, again, this is starting to look more of that mahogany stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's hidden gene woman in that or not, but like that is wicked. That is some crazy pattern right there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice clutch, man.
Thanks.
And then we're over here. These are a little simpler to look at. We're not really stacking as many genes, but I can say it now. It's a pastel GHI to a Jopa. So definitely GHI. This here looked like a pastel Jopa. GHI. That might be
GHI Jopa.
It might be Jopa. It's got a lot of the tracing that goes all the way around. I don't know. We'll have to see. This here looked very much like a Jopa. GHI Jopa. Pastel GHI. Crazy looking pastel.
Crazy looking GHI.
Crazy GHI Jopa. Now, I mean, this could come out. This could be all three. It doesn't really look like it, but there's a lot of wonkiness right there for that pattern. So I don't know. I don't know. So at least GHI Jopa, and then this here looks like it may have Jopa in it as well, but at least pastel.
Yeah.
So a couple really cool clutches.
Yeah, I'll message you afterwards, Dave. Jim's like, I don't see any Enchi in any of those.
I don't see any Enchi in what?
Because he was calling the Resurrection Enchi.
Oh yeah, there's definitely no Enchi in any of those. So there we go. Wasn't sure if we were going to make an hour or not.
No, we definitely made an hour.
Right on the button.
All right, well,
y'all.
that's what we got.
Thanks again for another, I don't know, another cutting. And the 9th?
I think it's the 5th. So 5th,
5th.
well, the 5th is Saturday, so we'll probably do Friday, so the 4th.
Is that this week?
Next week.
Next week.
Which I may...
So it's a week from...
Which I may not be available for that one.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I can still manage through it. And that's what is that one?
That's your...
is that the blackhead?
Mac Fire to the Black Pastel Yellow Belly Leopard.
So black pastel leopard yellow belly to Mackenzie Fire. So that should be... I've seen some black pastel Mackenzie stuff that was produced this year. Looked really good. We're gonna throw a few more things to it and see what happens. It should
blow
be
up.
Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's a good looking animal, and so is Dad. So yeah. So that's a week from Friday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to shoot a video in between there.
That may be where we'll just throw up some available stuff.
Yeah, we'll do the available video that was requested last time.
Yep.
Cool. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for swinging by and spending some time with us, as always. Thanks for all the love and support. Thanks, Miguel. And we'll see you guys on the next video. Actually, we won't see you, but you'll see us, and it'll be in availables.
And we'll catch you later, Gary. We'll message you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna look you up, and we definitely got to swap some information so that one, I can send you a T-shirt, and two, kind of stay in contact with the whole Jopa thing and what's going on with that, what you're doing, and even just for identification purposes and stuff. So cool.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. Peace.